we are back again with another episode of Tropes, Talking Tropes, and this time it is single parent. So hit that like and subscribe button right now, and then sit back for our talk on the single parent. This is a kind of a special one for me because my first book featured a single parent. She was actually a widow of 4 children. So she was busy, and she relocates to a small town, another trope, where she meets her second love of her life. I like the single parent because you've got instant problems. I don't know that there's ever a single parent out there who will say that it is an easy road to hoe. It is not.
It doesn't matter how well behaved and well mannered the kids are. There's going to be trouble.
They will get sick. They will run up bills. They will, just being kids, need you at all times and all hours, and there is no relief at 2 a.m. in the morning when they get sick. You are on call.
You get a lot of insight to the person coming into the situation where there's a single parent, because they have to put up with all those demands on the time. Relationships are hard enough without introducing 4 children or 1 child. It doesn't really matter how many children.
Actually, that was one of the real conflicts in my story. I thought that the conflict would be having the hero, he would just simply have to blend himself in with the family. But all of the children were actually adopted, and they were in the female lead was in the process of adopting the 4th child with her first husband when he was suddenly killed. The actual conflict then was having this man who was great enter her life, and that conflicted with the whole adoption process. Really introducing someone into the family, it has less to do with how you and the male and the female lead are getting along, and really how it's going to affect the family, the children. And of course, you're bringing the back history that comes with the children as well into it. I guess the idea of a single parent, I think we were talking about this in another trope, is that immediately everyone out in the community is trying to match you up, even though you could be that happy single person. It's not believed. You obviously are missing a whole half to yourself that we need to remedy.
Yeah, I appreciate that extra nudge from the community, right? It sure helps the story move along. Sure helps. This is kind of a different path, but we talked about this also, how the people in the community try to push you together, but people in the community also give backstory and give context to what's going on. And I also think in this kind of a spot where a person is interacting with the child of a potential mate, they demonstrate a lot of their character through it. A lot of unexpected things you would not know about a person, you will see through their interactions with your kid. And you might love them even more for that. Or you might realize, oh, this isn't going to work right up front. Learning through that way they can relate to the child and also maintain relationship with you.
Right.
It levels up the situation.
If there's any other rival going on there's kind of a bit of a triangle. Well, you can easily use how they treat the child or the children to know which one is the best one for that single parent.
Easy indicator of who wins that one, right? Like, you know, by how someone treats your kid. What is it? The saying, a person who is not nice to the waiter is not a nice person. So a person who's not nice to your child is not a nice person. Don't get involved. Red flag
alert.
That's right. Farm gal pro tip.
One of the strengths of the character is that they will always choose the child, the vulnerable, the innocent above the other parent or their love interest, right?
They should. If you're reading romance, they will. If you're reading something else, well, who knows what could happen.
You completely lose the likability of the main lead if they're not behind their kid. So the other thing with the single parent is when the child plays a strong secondary role in becoming the matchmaker.
Mm.
My editor often would like to nudge me into getting the child 5 or 6 to become active in bringing the leads together. My latest one, the family for Thanksgiving, that was her idea, to have the 5-year-old work with the grandfather character to try to bring them together, because she, not having any parents, instantly assume that her aunt and uncle should become her mom and dad. Certainly, if the kids are behind you, well, that's more than half the battle, right? But of course, it must be conveyed in a quite a genuine way for it to work. The other thing you have to be, I think, careful with the single parent too is, given this kind of day and age, the single parent can be a successful parent. Yes, it is very hard, but you have to make sure that they are coming together, well, because they love each other, and not because there's a feeling that the single parent is deficient in a certain way and needs the other in order to create family.
People definitely prefer that romance, that true romantic coming together of two parties rather than a rescue op. Nobody wants to read that happening as a result of a struggling mom or dad, single parent, and then someone sweeping in and fixing everything for that. That's unsatisfying. Don't write that.
Yeah. We don't need the pity party.
No, we don't
Right.
need a pity party. It's so fun to watch a single parent that is very successful, very happy in their life. And then poof, what happens? A neighbor moves in because they came from the big town to the small town, and they bond with your child. I'm thinking of the movie Two Turtle Doves. It's a Hallmark movie. Two Turtle Doves. Yeah, say it better. The child has lost her mother, and the neighbor next door just lost her grandmother and came to clean up grandma's house and fulfill one last Christmas wish of grandma's. And the child and this neighbor bond. So the love happens, for a Hallmark movie, not bad. It's almost believable.
You have to give it to Hallmark. They certainly do put out a lot of movies, and I'm sure it must be a challenge to come up with something new and creative like every other day.
Definitely. But it was nice to see that. It's nice to see those stories where love is because of love. It's not because it is rescuing hardships.
Right. I agree. Well, that's a wrap then for the single parent, and we'll see you again. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye
And
now.
comment.
And
We want to
comment.
hear all
Yeah.
about it. All about your
Are you
single
a
parent
single
stories.
parent? Yes, all the single parent stories. Lay it on us.
Yeah, we want to read them.
All right. Bye now.